the Masihi calendar, and there's also the Chinese New Year as stated in the Chinese Lunar Calendar. My question is it fair for the Muslims in China to be looked down upon the celebrating Chinese New Year? My kids have Chinese blood in them and they still attend reunion dinners and visit grandpa, aunts and uncles on such occasions. Isn't that traditional? Does it make us any less of a Muslim? Is it against the Aqeedah? I know Christmas is.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Well, I have Chinese blood in me too. No one is looking down on no one. There are certain things that you are doing. It's good. Certain things, Allah and His Prophet, they're liking it. Certain things is not so good. Certain things, they are bad. The actions are. You as a person, you are not maybe, but your actions, they are not complete now. This is a delicate but not so delicate issue. Because the word traditional also, people are using it as if traditional means that it has no meaning. It is a neutral word. It just means something that we do over and over again. It has no meaning. It is a ritual. No. Traditions become traditions because they have meaning. They are preserved through hundreds, thousands of years because it has meaning. If it has no meaning, it's going to get thrown to garbage. Now every people, every nation that is accepting Islam, they also have their own pre-Islamic traditions. Isn't it? Every nation. The Arabs, before Islam, they have their own pre-Islamic traditions too. But after they receive Islam, they threw away the traditions that does not fit into Islam. Egyptians, they're not Arabs. Oh, it's one of the bigger civilization, isn't it? In the world, Egyptians. They have their own traditions too. So many. But when they gave bayat to the Prophet ﷺ, when they took shahadat, when they lived Islam, they left those traditions. When Islam entered into the Indian subcontinent, India, the Indians, they have a very strong tradition too, correct? Pre-Islamic. Pakistanis, for example, or Indian Muslims, they could also say, well, it's just traditional, we want to celebrate Holi festival. There's one festival, Hindu festival, they throw colored water at people. It's nothing, it's okay, just throwing, and it's just traditional. But no, they didn't. They left that. Understand that the examples that I'm putting here also, it is to a nation, as a majority, they have accepted Islam and there is Islamic ruling on these nations. There was never real Islamic ruling in China. There wasn't. There are certain places in Southeast Asia, for example in Malaysia, when they accepted Islam, they left mostly the traditions that doesn't fit into Islam. But when you look in Indonesia, although it is the world's largest Muslim country, 220 million, there are still, though, certain numbers of people who are holding on to their pre-Islamic traditions. strongly. They say, no, it's just tradition. It's nothing to do with belief. Tradition has everything to do with belief. It's nothing to do with religion. Those traditions have everything to do with tradition. We're not going to interfere, but it is not how Allah and His Prophet and the Sahaba Kiram and the Tabi'in and the Tabi'in strongly that they are recommending and that they are doing, showing us what to do. Otherwise, the Arabs will still have their own traditions, pre-Islamic, that they put in, and they say, no, we still have to celebrate Arabic New Year or Arabic Spring Festival. The Persians, although they accepted Islam, the Shias, it is not Ahli Sunnah. And although there's open hadith that forbid Nowruz, the Iranians, the Shias, they still celebrate Nowruz. What is Nowruz? Springtime, New Year. So now, if you are Muslim in China and you want to celebrate Chinese New Year, I'm not going to stop you. People do whatever you think is right. Do I think it is right? Because I'm part Chinese, I'm going to celebrate Chinese New Year. I'm going to say no. I'm not going to. You have uncles and grandparents who are Chinese and they have Chinese reunion dinner and other things. Like over here, so many people who come into Islam from Christian backgrounds here, especially in this Jamaat. We spoke about this just last week. They have people and their families celebrating non-Islamic things. It's okay. They celebrate. It's their religion. Christmas dinner. Our way is to say, we are not saying don't have reunion dinner, don't meet with your family. We are not saying cut off all ties with them because they are not Muslims and we're Muslims. No, keep still close contact with them. But if you have to meet with them, to have dinner with them, don't do it on the time that they are doing it according to their religion. It is not. It is not recommended. You want to have reunion? Come one day before. Go there one day after. You say this has nothing to do with Aqeedah. Come on now. I know a little bit about Chinese mythology also. It's not just Chinese mythology, Chinese religion. It's not just stories. People believe in it. It was a religion. Now, we're not looking down on you. We understand how things are difficult. May Allah make it easy for you. And since you're asking me the question, we say, now start to balance a few things. Don't cut off all ties, but Muslims must have their own identity. And sometimes their own identity, you are not going to please too many people. Then you have to sit down and really make a decision. Who are you trying to please? Who are you trying to please? And whose pleasure is most important to you? Allah and His Prophet or His creatures? And believe me, if you start pleasing Allah and His Prophet according to this way of haqq, His creatures will be happy with you too. They may not like it one time, two times, third time, they'll be okay. Then you see so much blessings coming because of that. So, you want to have reunion? Say, You have reunion. You cook in your own house during Bayram or Mawlud. Invite everyone, your whole family, to come to your house. Say, sorry, I couldn't go. Now you come. I cook everything for you. No pork though. No pork on my fork. No alcohol, but everyone is welcome to come. They say, I couldn't make it. Now everyone I'm inviting. That time, there'll be more blessings, inshallah. As much is enough for you. May Allah forgive me and bless you and make it easy for you. Al-Fatiha. Prophet, they're liking it. Certain things is not so good. Certain things, they are bad. The actions are. You as a person, you are not maybe, but your actions, they are not complete now.
For the Masihi calendar, and there's also the Chinese New Year as stated in the Chinese Lunar Calendar. My question is it fair for the Muslims in China to be looked down upon the celebrating?
No one is looking down on no one. There are certain things that you are doing. It's good. Certain things Allah and His
Less of a Muslim. Is it against the Aqeedah? I know Christmas is.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Well, I have Chinese blood in me too.
Chinese New Year. My kids have Chinese blood in them and they still attend reunion dinners and visit grandpa, aunts and uncles on such occasion. Isn't that traditional? Does it make us any